Professor Ting, Ben, good morning. Jeff in Las Vegas.
Good morning,
Good morning,
to you,
Jeff.
Ben.
Thank you for joining me this morning to talk about Among the Stars on Disney+. Ben, this is a 6-part docuseries. Tell me about the access you had to NASA for this series.
Oh, the access was amazing. We've made quite a few sports documentaries in the past, and our sense was at the end of that, if it can work inside a football team, then surely that same structure of storytelling would work incredibly inside NASA with the teams there and on one of their missions. And we were lucky enough to meet Chris Cassidys, who took us in and introduced us to everybody. And the more people we met, the more people they introduced us to, and the more people the more doors we knocked on, just the more amazing people we met, and the wider the story became. And one of those rooms led us to Professor Ting and his wonderful team, because not only was watching the mission amazing, but what they were doing, what they were looking to accomplish on the mission, and the reasons why it was important, was incredibly rewarding and elevated our story to a new level, because it really is something fundamental for humankind.
And Dr. Ting, can you tell us about Captain Chris Cassidys' journey, as this is his last mission, correct?
Yes. We have a detector on the space station, and a very complicated detector. A cooling system needs replacement. This replacement involving cutting 8 lines at 30 atmosphere, and it's never been done before. Most people think this cannot be done, but Chris, together with his colleagues, developed the procedure how to do this and the backup plan, and eventually convinced NASA to do this.
It really is. I mean, talk about a true American hero, Captain Cassidy, just amazing.
Yeah.
And Ben, this series was filmed with space agencies across the globe. What kind of coordination and cooperation did that entail?
Well, it was, in a way, it was, until coronavirus came along, it was far simpler than I would ever have imagined. People were really happy to tell their story. Somehow, no one has really attempted to do it in this way before. And what I found out is that most of the people in this world, in the different agencies, really want to tell their story because they want to inspire kids around the world to get into science and do amazing things, for all humanity. So actually, it was logistically complicated, but it was just a matter of being incredibly polite to everybody and trying to behave myself along the way, and make sure I wasn't too much of a nuisance.
And Dr. Ting, you worked with so many NASA astronauts over the years. What is your advice to the next generation, someone who's watching this series that says, I want to be an astronaut?
I found them, extremely intelligent, and also more than that, they are calm. They don't panic under pressure. A physicist can be very intelligent, but most of them tend to be excited under pressure. But all the astronauts I met are truly unusual people. They have a fantastic instinct, has a good memory, and never become nervous or excited.
Yeah, look at Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's the most anxious physicist I've ever seen, right?
Yes.
And Ben, what do you hope viewers will take away from this series?
Well, it's interesting. There's lots and lots of different things, I hope. One of the things that any of the astronauts would always say that they're just the tip of the iceberg, and they work in these amazing teams. And watching those teams work, including also Professor Ting's teams, bring together a range of different skill sets and personality types, was really quite remarkable. It's similar, I think, also in the world of film, but I think it's a key to happiness in life and living a productive life is to understand what part of the machine you can be. And just watching these amazing teams accomplish amazing things, I hope that the people watching it will think to themselves, if I want to get involved in space exploration, I don't necessarily have to be the astronaut. And they need physicists, they need engineers, they need people who could just plan a mission. There are some people who are looking at the budgets. So whatever the skill set you have, you can feed into these teams and do amazing things. And I think that's a real key happiness in life for people, to be part of something amazing. And whatever your skill set is, there's a way of doing that.
And Dr. Ting, how have you managed to merge your passion for science and for filmmaking into one career?
Oh, I am not in filmmaking. And I was just an object to be filmed.
Well, I mean, being in front of the camera, though, Dr. Ting, I mean, you're a natural.
Am I right? I'm just an object to be filmed.
And
one of the best I've come across.
I was going to say, one of the most fascinating objects.
Yeah. And a true honor for me to even be mentioned, to be in the same interview or mentioned in the same sentence, the work that I do, not to be compared to, but just to be attached.
It's good to keep a record what's going on.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for the inspiration. Thank you for showcasing American heroes, ingenuity, and innovation. And I just enjoyed the series immensely. Thank you so much, and best of luck with the series.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Take care.